stomach hurts. I forgot to eat breakfast.
Oh, no breakfast. Oh, well, Mrs. Pierce, why don't you go have a seat, dear, and maybe we'll see if we can figure out your problem. Maybe Mrs. Douglas has an idea. Let's see if Mrs. Douglas has a better idea. Is she in there? Oh, Mrs. Douglas, what did you do this morning to get ready?
I had a great breakfast. I had a protein bar, I had some fruit, I washed it down with a giant glass of milk because I knew that if my stomach was full, I would have brain fuel, and then I would be ready for the test.
Oh, how many do you think Mrs. Douglas is on a good track? All right, thank you, Mrs. Douglas. Funny like that, isn't she? Yeah, she's got a good idea going though. All right, let's see. Maybe Mrs. Thomas. You know, Mrs. Thomas teaches second grade. Mrs. Thomas, are you available to help? Oh no. I'm worried about her. She's not moving very quickly.
She didn't have good night's sleep.
Mrs. Thomas, how did you get ready for your test?
I'm a little sleepy.
Why are you so tired?
I was liking too many pictures on Instagram last night. And I was busy playing the Wii.
Mrs. Thomas, did you go to bed at the right time?
Not really.
Oh, Lordy. Well, let's see if she can go over. Maybe she can take a seat and have a little rest. Maybe Mrs. Stockland has a better idea.
I went to bed at 8:30, even though the Pacer game was on and my favorite TV show was on. I remember what my parents said and my teacher said, I went to bed at 8:30.
Oh, so you got good sleep. Oh, what about your phone? Because, you know, I heard Mrs. Thomas and her phone was with her and she had trouble with that phone.
I turned it off and I left it on the charger.
What about TV? Did you listen to that through the night too? No TV?
I turned it off.
Well, you look a little more perky, I will have to say, and a little more in a better mood than what Mrs. Thomas. She's kind of grumpy. All right. Well, thank you, Mrs. Thomas. That's a great idea. That looks like a pretty good idea, don't you think? So we've got, they are looking in bad shape, those poor purple minions over there, don't you think? Bad shape. Okay, let's see. Maybe we could see what Mrs. Corlett has in mind. Okay, so stop right here. Okay. There are no bubbles on Istep. Yeah. And kites, we don't talk about kites on Istep. So what did you do to get ready for Istep? Istep? What's Istep? Oh, Mrs. Corlett. Well, let's check with Mrs. Dowling. Mrs. Dowling, look at you. What did you do to get ready for Istep?
Mrs. Merchant, I am ready. I am focused. I am going to look at every question I'm going to think, and I am going to do just fine.
She is very focused. We should have known that Mrs. Dally would be ready. We should have known that. Okay, well, let's think now. A couple of other people maybe we could ask. You know, I hear that Mr. Twerk. Just go sit down. Just. Oh, look, he's trying to wake up Mrs. Thomas. She's too busy sleeping. That Mr. Twerk, he doesn't realize you can't go so fast. Maybe Mr. Rader has a better idea. Let's ask Mr. Rader. We don't have all day, Mr. Rader. Oh, man. Mr. Rader? I'll go with you. Mr. Rader, what have you done to get ready for this test?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mr. Rader, you do know that you need to answer questions during the time they give us, right?
Okay, Mrs. Merchant.
Oh dear. Mr. Twerk is too fast and Mr. Rader is too slow. I'm very worried about this. Maybe our last person will have a better idea. Let's see who our last person is. Oh, look at Mrs. Wendland. Mrs. Wendland, how are you?
I'm wonderful. Guess what I get to do today? I get to take the ice step. So happy about it. Well, I had a really good breakfast this morning, and my belly's full. And I got a really good sleep last night. I went to bed and I snuggled up with my pillow, my blanket. I went to bed early, and the sun was shining this morning. And I'm focused because you see, my teachers have taught me everything I need to know. So I don't have any reason to worry. I'm not worried at all about taking this test. I know I'm going to rock this test because I'm not worried. I'm just happy I get to show what I know.
Well, I like her attitude. How many of you would say she's got a pretty good attitude? Trying to tell you about the test. What are they trying to tell us? To worry, right? What else are they trying to tell us about that test? Lily. Get plenty of sleep. Okay, what else are they trying to tell us about that test? Don't be too slow. What else? Don't be too fast. Okay? And one other thing I heard them say. What other thing did they say? Alyssa. Eat a good breakfast. And you know what? If we eat a good breakfast, we get our sleep, we do our best, and we don't worry, we're going to just fine on that test. All right, we have one last little thing before it's time to go. Did you know it's already 2:45?